If you want people to actually read your blog content and you're not doing this one thing, you are shooting yourself in the foot. Hey guys, it's Megan, and I got my little guy Peanut back there. He's napping. I've talked before about the importance of SEO, search engine optimization, and keywords. There are still writers out there who think that keywords and SEO aren't their problem, but that's wrong. It's completely false. Keywords are what get your blog ranking in Google. Keywords are how people find you. If you are writing a blog and you don't have a keyword in mind that you are optimizing that blog for, you are basically wasting your time. With that said, I'm here to offer you 7 tips for how you can more quickly and easily conduct keyword research to find the best phrase to optimize your blogs for. Let's get right into it. The first tip, you should prioritize long tail keywords over short tail keywords. Let's talk about what this means. Short tail keywords are typically 1 or 2 words. An example is the word fitness. Other examples of short tail keywords are shoes, lawyer, and bakery. When I'm talking to a lot of clients, these are the exact search terms they want to rank for. And the reason they want to rank for them is because short tail keywords typically get huge traffic in Google. Here's an example I'm putting up on the screen of the search term fitness. It gets over 1 million hits a month. Understandably, everyone wants a piece of that. Why wouldn't they? I wouldn't mind 1 million plus hits to my website a month, would you? People see the kind of traffic that short tail keywords get, and they automatically assume that that's the kind of traffic they will get if they optimize a blog around that short tail keyword. There are a few problems here. The first problem is that short tail keywords are typically very, very competitive. And because they're so competitive, it would take significant time and money and resources to ever rank on page 1 of Google for that keyword, if it were to happen at all, which it probably wouldn't. I know that kind of sucks to hear, but it's true. And if you don't believe me, go ahead and search a short tail keyword like shoes. You'll see that on page 1 of those search results, the people ranking are Macy's, Zappos, DSW. Unless you're a comparable brand, you're never going to get on page 1 with brands and stores like that. You won't even come close to page 1. So that's the first problem with short tail keywords. They're very competitive. The second problem with them is that they don't bring you targeted traffic anyway. This is another reason why it's really not in your best interest to even attempt to rank for them. Here's what I mean. Let's say that you have a fitness training site, and on this site, you offer workout programs for people specifically so that they can do these programs at home. Cool. Now let's imagine that someone goes on Google and searches the word fitness. What are they looking for? They could be looking for fitness training programs like what you offer. They could also be looking for gyms. They could be looking for personal trainers. We have no clue what they're looking for because the term that they searched, fitness, is so broad, it doesn't tell us anything. What are the odds that person who searched fitness in Google was looking for exactly what you were offering, which is fitness training programs that you can follow at home? The odds of that are slim to none. We don't care about people looking for anything fitness related. Those aren't our potential customers. That's not our target audience. Our target audience is people looking for fitness training programs that they can do at home. That's our target audience. Let's play devil's advocate for a minute and say that you do somehow manage to snag some of the traffic from people who search fitness and they click through to your site that has fitness training programs. Even if that were to happen, which is probably not, once people land on your site and realize it's not what they were looking for, they're going to immediately bounce. They're going to click right off. It doesn't matter that you got that traffic because once Google sees that people didn't get the answers they were looking for when they came to your site, and when Google sees that they immediately left, you're kind of gonna get dinged for that. Google wants people to land on your website and stay there. This is why we use long tail keywords. Long tail keywords bring you qualified traffic. These keywords are typically 3 words or more. An example that we've been using is fitness training programs. That's an example of a long tail keyword. Because these keywords are longer, they also tend to be a lot more specific. As a result, long tail keywords get less traffic in Google, but This is not a bad thing. If we look up fitness training programs in Google, that search term gets about 2,400 hits a month on average. Compare that to the 1 million plus searches that fitness gets, and of course, any person could look at that and be like, why would you ever want to optimize your blog for the word fitness training programs? It makes no sense. The traffic it's getting each month is a fraction of what fitness is getting. Everyone thinks bigger is better, but that's not always the case. That's definitely not the case when we're talking about keywords. Yes, the search volume for a term like fitness might be bigger, but as you already know, you're not targeting the audience that you want to when you use a keyword that's so broad. As a result, your conversion rate, meaning how many people will actually click through to your website, is so low. Again, Google doesn't like this. Also, you're doing a poor job of going after your target audience. What's so great about long tail keywords like fitness training programs is that they're so much more targeted than short tail keywords. If someone is searching for fitness training programs in Google, we already know they're interested in what you're offering because they searched for that thing exactly. This means that you are going to convert more traffic into clicks. Your conversion rate is going to go way up, and also you have a much better chance of ranking for long tail keywords than you do for short tail keywords. And if you can get on page 1 for a long tail keyword, page 1 is where it's at. That's the best real estate. You are much likelier to accomplish that with long tail keywords. So, to conclude this first tip, prioritize long tail keywords over short tail keywords. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2, look at the related keywords that Google suggests. Google is a very savvy search engine. Very often it thinks of things that you want before you even realize that you want them. It's so good at what it does that it will show you keywords related to the one that you are looking up, and you don't even have to do any extra work for it. You'll find these suggested keywords in 2 places. The first place is right in the Google search bar. If you start typing something in Google, let's say, let's keep rolling with our fitness example. So let's say I type in fitness training programs. As I'm typing in fitness training programs, I guess you'd call it a drop down appears below the search bar, and Google is showing me searches related to fitness training programs. These are search terms other people have actually looked up. That means we know that these words are important to people who are probably interested in our content. This means that these are keywords and topics that you might consider blogging about. The second place you can find related searches is at the bottom of the page 1 Google search results. When I type in fitness training programs and scroll to the bottom of the first page of search results, this is what I see. I'll put a screenshot up here. It says right there, searches related to fitness training programs. Google is handing you other terms, other phrases that people are looking up. Once again, these are keyword ideas, topic ideas. These are things that people care about. Google takes so much of the guesswork out of this for you. Now, does that mean that all of these suggestions are going to make perfect sense and you should write about all of them? No, of course not. But you will certainly get some new ideas. By the way, you see those extra numbers next to the related searches? Those are from Keywords Everywhere, and that brings us to tip number 3. Keywords Everywhere is a Google Chrome extension, and they also have it for Firefox as well. And it's super easy to use, it's free, and it gives you 3 really important pieces of information. It gives you the average monthly search volume, the CPC, cost per click, and the competition, so that when you type in a search term in Google, it will tell you how many people are looking for it, what advertisers are paying for it, and how competitive it is. That third number is dependent on how many people are advertising that word, and it's a scale from 0 to 1, 0 being not competitive and 1 being very competitive. So let's talk first about the average monthly search volume. Obviously, this is a cool number to know because if you're trying to figure out a keyword for your blog and you type in fitness training programs, let's say that Keywords Everywhere told you that it was getting 0 searches a month. Might not want to blog about that. That's because, we know now from Keywords Everywhere that no one's searching for it. If no one's searching for it, there's not going to be anyone reading that blog. If you start seeing search terms in the hundreds and thousands, then you're probably on the right track. Again, an important note, bigger isn't always better. The reason is because very often, if you find a word that's getting like 1 million hits a month or something crazy like that, there's a good chance, not always, but there's a chance that the competition is also very high. The more you can avoid competition, that's typically a good thing. You want a keyword that a lot of people are looking up, but not a lot of content creators are fighting for. That's gonna give you even more room to sneak onto page 1. Let's talk about those other two pieces of information that Keywords Everywhere gives you. The first is the CPC, cost per click. So of course, this isn't directly related to what we're doing because CPC has to do with paid advertising, which we're not talking about. But both CPC and the competition, which again also has to do with paid advertising, it's still good to see those numbers because they tell you how in demand and competitive that word is. Yes, it's pertaining to paid advertisers, but still, like, you can kind of deduce that the more competitive a word is, the less chance you have of actually ranking for that word and stealing a lot of that traffic. That's why I still really do pay attention to those two numbers, especially competition. If competition is like 0.7, on a scale of 0 to 1, I'm probably gonna keep brainstorming. Think high traffic, low competition. That's tip number 3, the Keywords Everywhere Google Chrome extension. I use it on the daily. Tip number 4, use Google Wildcards for even more keyword suggestions. This was something that I learned about only recently, and it's a pretty nifty little trick you can use right in the Google search bar. In a previous tip, I showed you how when you search something in Google, Google will autocomplete it to show you related search terms. Okay, but Google is coming up with those related terms based on whatever the end of the keyword is. So if I start typing in fitness training programs, Google is going to show me related keywords like fitness training programs for women, fitness training programs PDF. It's basing everything off of the root word, fitness training programs. What if you want Google to complete a word that's in the middle of the search phrase? You can do this. This is what Google Wildcards is. All you have to do is replace the word with an asterisk. Asterisk? This is the weirdest word ever. And Google will show you related searches plugging that word in. Kind of tricky to explain. Check out this screenshot. I typed in best star in Las Vegas. Google then showed me related searches, filling in the star with whatever search term, whatever word it was. So it gave me best buffet in Las Vegas, best breakfast in Las Vegas, best hotels, steakhouse, pizza. It's replacing that star with a word to complete the search term. By the way, that data next to those search terms, that's Keywords Everywhere. They're not joking when they say they're everywhere. That was tip number 4, Google Wildcards. We're almost there, hang with me. Tip number 5, research LSI keywords. LSI stands for Latent Semantic Indexing. Basically, it means words that are often found together when we're talking about a specific topic. For instance, if we're talking about gardening, some examples of LSI keywords might be planting, landscaping, and vegetable garden. It's just related words that have to do with the same topic. To be very clear, we don't have any proof at this point that LSI keywords have a direct impact on your SEO, but it does force you to consider related keywords that people might be searching, and it could potentially lead them to your content. So it's good to include them anyway. LSI keywords can also help you think of new keywords, new topics, things that you can blog about that matter to your readers. That was tip number 5, use LSI keywords. Tip number 6, compare numerous related searches in one chart. And you do this using one of my favorite tools called Answer the Public. When you search a topic in Answer the Public, it pulls all the data of all related searches. So in this example, I typed in fitness training, and here's what Answer the Public returns. It has fitness training at the center, and then it branches out from there with all kinds of searches that include the words fitness training. And whenever you hover over these search terms, Keywords Everywhere shows up. It's similar to Google's related searches. In fact, that's actually what fuels the information in Answer the Public. And these results also tell you what's important to your target audience. Plus, it's pooling all of this data in one place so that you don't have to go digging for it. Answer the Public does all of it for you. You can look at all of this information in the visualization view, which is the charts. Or you can look at the data view, which will kind of just give you the guts, everything in plain letters and numbers. Just depends what works best for your brain. I like charts. Tools like Answer the Public are so helpful because you can never make assumptions about what matters to your target audience. You might think you know just like randomly off the top of your head what information they're searching for, but I guarantee if you start using something like Answer the Public to see like right in front of you in black and white what people are searching for in Google, you will be surprised. There are going to be things in there that you never expected to see, or things that you were so certain they weren't searching and they are. And these are opportunities that you would have missed out on otherwise. That's tip number 6. Use Answer the Public to compare a bunch of related searches in one place so you can keep narrowing down on the best keywords for you. Tip number 7, last tip, use BUZZSUMO to see what kind of content people already love. Do you ever get frustrated trying to guess what people will care about? When you use BUZZSUMO, you don't have to guess because it flat out tells you. When you search a topic in BUZZSUMO, it will tell you how content related to that topic is already performing on each social media channel. This is what it looks like. Let's say as an example, I searched the word keto. It is showing me different articles that have been posted on social that have to do with keto, and then it's showing me how they performed across every social media channel. Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, what is that, Reddit. You're seeing what topics are popular and where. You don't even need a keyword at this point in order to use BUZZSUMO. You just need a vague idea of what you want to write about. So for instance, if I know I want to write something about keto, I can use BUZZSUMO to see if A, people are already sharing content around it, and B, if readers care about that content. And also, because BUZZSUMO will show you the date, you can determine if it's something that people are obsessed with right now or if it's old news. BUZZSUMO is such a quick and easy tool, and it's a great way to figure out what people want to read about. That's tip number 7, use BUZZSUMO to find out what people care about on social media. That is it, 7 steps for better keyword research. I can't stress this enough. This is absolutely 100% something that writers should care about. I know it doesn't sound that attractive or sexy to us because we're all about the art of writing, but writing for the internet is not just an art, it's also a science. There's also a little bit of math involved. You have to care about these numbers or else no one's ever gonna find your content. And whether you write for a hobby or you're trying to, make more money as a freelance writer, I'm going to guess that you care about how many people are reading your content. And if you want more readers, you need to be doing keyword research and optimizing every single blog around a keyword. If you found this information helpful, then I encourage you to download my free guide to keyword research. You'll get even more information on how to do this. I'll take you through the exact process that I follow to do keyword research, and this is how I get my clients thousands and thousands of hits on their blogs. I'll link to that in the description. If you found this helpful, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment if you want to say hi, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks!